All right, so I am back, and today we're going to take a look at the the Titans Return Blurr figure. So here he is in his car mode. It does roll, so that's nice. This comes undone, so that's just his pistol. Nice silver paint on there. You could tell it was blue plastic, and they just painted it silver, and I think they did a pretty good job. And yeah, you know, it's like I like the Generation one. I don't have one to compare it to. I liked him, but I like this so much better. This just, if you're looking for a chug Blurr for vehicle mode, this is the way to go. This looks great. And you can see he's got the dark blue here. It's kind of like got a metallic fleck in it. So it's actually really nice. Darker blue here, again with a little bit of a fleck in there. He's got this grayish paint going on here, and this light blue paint here, here, and here, and the Autobot logo. So I mean they did a good job here, I think. You can open up this canopy here, and here is the Titan Master, or the Headmaster, and so he's got a little bit of a lighter blue face. The sides are painted too. Silver paint on the arms. There are the little ball joints. And then kind of, yeah, it's just a, I can't tell. I'm going to go ahead and say just a black. It almost looks like a gunmetal. Like a dark gunmetal. I'm going to just call it black. And then just plug that back in. Let's see here. This piece here, I believe you can get to be the Titans Return accessory piece. I'm not going to pull it off. I like it exactly where it's at, to be honest. So we're just going to leave it. You can fold the legs up, and there is Blurr, or the Headmaster in the head mode. I love this head sculpt. Unlike Scourge or Scourge, whichever one you want to call it, where he's got the let's pull him out, where you can see like the arm bits hanging off the side. You can tell he's a Headmaster from the front. This one, you can't. It just looks like a good Blurr head. It's not until you actually look at the back that you realize that he's not just a Blurr head. And he's even got this little bit here for the feet, kind of like a heel spur, to make it look like that back little whoosh piece on the back of his head. I love that. I love this head. I think this is a great great head. And, you know, guys, we love good head, right? I'm so funny. Anyway. Alright, so you want to take the canopy here, and it just folds down just a little bit further, like that. Take the arms here, and they pull out. Just going to get those out of the way. You want to take this, or let's start with the legs here. So you pull these out. This is similar to, like, the dead end mold. But as you can see, none of the rest of it is like dead end. Dead end? Yeah, dead end. Dead end breakdown. No, Wild Rider and breakdown. No, Wild Rider and dead end. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Alright, anyway. Split the legs. Flip this piece here. Rotates onto the inside. Cool little bit of transformation there. This will fold around. Lock into place. Foot folds down. This locks into place. Foot folds down. Open up the canopy. I'm sorry, I forgot a step before we close that up. This canopy is kind of hard to get into. You want to fold the seat up. Then you can fold this down. And then what you want to do here is this will untap here. And then, like I said, you could pull this off if you want to. It really clips in very well. And this is where, like, you can get the Titan Master to sit in, and this folds down, and there's like a clip thing. I don't know what the clip's for, but whatever. I'll set that off to the side for just a minute here. This will fold up, folds up. You don't have to take that off for transformation, in case you guys didn't notice. I only took it off so that I could show you. And then you untab these bits from the hands, and they hinge back, just like this. Same thing over here. And there is Blurr in bot mode. And then, like I said, you could have this off. But if you left it on, just pull this back out here. And then plug that back in the way it was, all the way down. You can fold this down. And it kind of loosely tabs into place. You see there's that hole there for the wheel. Doesn't really tab in very well, but it gives them a backpack. So if you don't want your Blurr to have a backpack, you can take it off and set it off to the side. If you don't mind it having a backpack, then you don't have to parts form it at all, aside from the Titan Master. Take the Titan Master here, and he just will plug in. Alright, so you got to plug the Titan Master in backwards, and then rotate the head around. And there's Blurr in his bot mode. Now, here, he doesn't quite have the full Blurr look, like paint scheme-wise. I think that Takara is going to knock this one out of the park. So I'll definitely be picking that up, I think. I definitely think I'll pick that up. Yeah. That's decisive, right? Hold on one second. Gotta let the dog out. Sorry about that. All right, so let's talk about posability. Head is on the ball joint, and these stay in fairly well. So left, right, up, down. Like I said, great face sculpt. Shoulders are on universal joints, which is something you don't see every day on $15 Hasbro figure. So it swivels up and down. There's this hinge here. It's tight. It's nice. It's great. Yeah. Bicep swivel right above the elbow. Elbow does bend. Now check this out. Hand swivel. First one out of the group that has hand swivels. Waist swivels. Hips are on ball joints. Thigh swivel. Bends at the knee. Nice good deep bend there. No swivels or hinges at the feet. They're just one solid piece, or one piece. You can see they're hollow, but because of the way it's designed, you don't, unless you're looking underneath the figure, you're not going to notice it. And these, while these are hollow, they're kind of like detailed hollow, so it looks all right. And then you can take his rifle here, plug this into his hand, and there you go. This guy is actually really cool. I'm actually liking him more now that I'm reviewing it than I did before. This guy's pretty good. Here he is with Thundercracker. He's about a head taller. So that's... I think these guys are right where a headmaster should be. In my opinion. There he is with Optimus. And... Swerve. I think he's... looks pretty good there. And let me grab a few other Autobots just to... I need to get an RC. Here he's with Springer. I got the Springer for really cheap, so he didn't have a gun, so I gave him one of the Toy World Constructicon guns. Ultra Magnus. And this is the MP Hot Rod, which I'm using as Rodimus Prime. And I think that looks pretty good. I like that a lot. So, You know, originally I was planning on giving this guy a 9 out of 10, but I think he's really good. So I have to say, I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. I think he's for, now see, again, just to reiterate my rating system. When I say 10 out of 10, I'm taking the cost of the figure into account. So this is a $15 toy you can pick up at Walmart. So for its price point and its size, I think it's a 10 out of 10. Now, if this was a $100 third-party figure, not a chance in hell would this pass. Although then again, it's still pretty good. I like this figure. I would say the only thing I would have changed if I were a designer of this figure is I would have put a hinge right here. So you could take this assembly here and rotate it in and fill in the arm gap. You'd have to put a few more hinges in there to make that all work perfectly. That'd be the only thing I would have changed. I think this guy's I think this is the best official Blurr we've gotten. Yeah. That's what I gotta say there. Here's with Scourge. Swords. I don't know. And Skull Cruncher. So yeah. I really like this figure. So all right. I guess that's it. I do recommend him. I recommend him. I hope they repaint this mold a few times because this mold is great.